Anyone with a smartphone currently holds access to millions of potential partners. Yet, despite this infinite menu of options, the statistical success rate for finding a lasting, lifelong relationship remains remarkably low. The mechanics of most modern platforms actually design isolation into the user experience. They strip away context, forcing users to make snap judgments based on highly curated, isolated data points, usually just a few polished photos and a witty caption. Because the friction of swiping is so low, the process entirely bypasses the deep, investigative phase of dating. Users commit to dates, and sometimes long-term relationships, without ever knowing the actual person behind the screen or the background they come from. By optimizing exclusively for speed and visual appeal, contemporary matchmaking software leaves a massive cultural vacuum. It prioritizes the initial attraction while ignoring the deep compatibility required to sustain a lifelong relationship. If we look at the historical African model of marriage, the approach is entirely reversed. A union is never an individualistic pursuit. It requires the careful integration of two separate histories, two distinct cultures, and two entirely different communities. This raises a structural question. Do we have to choose between the frictionless efficiency of modern software and the deep communal vetting of the traditional village model? To repair the current landscape of digital romance, the answer lies outside of a better sorting algorithm. The solution requires reintroducing the entire family unit back into the digital equation. The global village marriage market applies a specific structural intervention to digital dating. It operates on one governing premise. Selecting a partner means actively joining their entire family. To facilitate this, the platform digitizes the traditional living room introduction. It creates a family introduction profile, moving the communal vetting process directly into the user interface. Instead of a solitary user writing their own bio, multiple generations provide input. Parents detail their core values, siblings share specific traditions, and grandparents record blessings and long-term hopes for the next generation. Looking at this animated diagram, you can see the difference in data depth. A standard dating profile is often just an isolated individual. On this platform, that profile expands outward to include a comprehensive family history. When a second distinct family is introduced, the system highlights exact areas where families share traditions and values, forming strong, meaningful connections. By embedding these features into the code, the platform successfully translates the traditional community vetting process into a scalable digital format. Software, in this case, fosters communal collaboration rather than individual isolation. To ensure the system operates on facts rather than curated fiction, every user must pass through the DCI identity verification system. This eliminates the anonymity that typically shields bad actors on standard apps. The verified individual profiles then layer over the family data, requiring deep dive inputs. Users map out their faith, specific educational backgrounds, and their ultimate life goals. When an algorithmic match is approved by the individuals, the platform shifts to the virtual meetup phase. This is where entire families log into a secure video infrastructure to convene face-to-face. The technology eliminates geographic hurdles and coordinates the logistics, but the architecture enforces a strict requirement. Genuine human transparency and family interaction must occur before any romantic commitment is made. There is a common misconception that the wedding is the finish line. In reality, finding love is only the initial step of a marriage. To support this reality, the platform integrates a proactive post-match architecture. Couples attend marriage preparation classes, rigorous communication workshops, and guided financial planning sessions. This animated diagram illustrates the mentorship feature. We start with a timeline beginning at the initial match and extending toward a long-term future. Interventions for communication, elder guidance, and financial planning lock into place. These support systems reinforce the timeline, transforming a delicate relationship into a robust, lasting bond. In practice, the platform serves as a digital surrogate for village elders. It institutionalizes the concept that successful, lasting marriages are actively learned and nurtured, rather than merely discovered by chance. The global village marriage market demonstrates that digital matchmaking does not have to result in superficiality. By intentionally coding cultural values directly into the user experience and interface design, technology functions as a vessel capable of preserving timeless traditions at scale. The platform rejects the disposable, short-term dating economy. It prioritizes the slow, deliberate work of establishing multi-generational families. This creates a direct line from the micro outcome of a single marriage to a massive macro impact. Strong nations rely entirely on the bedrock of strong, united families. Returning the family unit to the exact center of the romantic journey abandons the standard dating upgrade entirely. It reclaims the architecture of forever.